This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
The Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, what up? Happy Tuesday, Jason Walker Show, inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Big show coming up today. We'll talk to Capital coach Kyle Mihelish. Bruins 2-0 in the Western AA, 3-1 on the season. Big game coming up at Glacier this weekend. We'll talk about that. Also, the big win over Big Sky last week, and much more. We're also got Montana Rodeo Roundup, presented by Mark Laro Photography. That is around the corner, coming up as well on this day in history, and much more later this week. Dan McGowan will join us. We'll talk to Scott Evans, the Helena High coach, also Alex Eshelman for That's What She Said, and Chris Stutzring, the head coach at Rocky, will join us this week as well. Rocky, the big game, Northern this weekend, so we'll talk about that. I'll be actually on the call with that, with the legendary Rocky Erickson, Saturday from Havre. That'll be fun. More details on that. We'll also be doing, I will be doing some rodeo up there, and this weekend and next weekend, both in Havre and Dillon. So, good stuff. Lots of fun things coming up. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com. As always, our Twitter handle at JWalkerSports. You can email Jason at JasonWalkershow.com and get a hold of us if you want to call in, text in, whatever you want to do. 406-209-1267. So let's see, where do we want to start? Let's get started with the golf. The Argo Golf Invitational wrapped up today at Meadowlark in Great Falls. Great course. Got to play for the first time a few weeks ago in a Pro-Am, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't realize it was actually pretty cool. But it's a great course. Great course. Anyway, your Argo invite, Parker Jones of Rocky gets the individual win, going 4 under, the only one under par. Sean Ramsbacher of Tech, Isaiah Weldon of Tech in second and third, even and 1 over respectively. Michael Thiessen and Sam Berry of Rocky and Carroll tied for 4th at 3 over on the men's side and individually. Team-wise, Rocky wins the team title, 9 over par as a team. That is impressive. That's very impressive. Tech in second, Carroll in third, Providence in fourth. The Providence B team in fifth, and then Northern was in sixth. You want to know how the difference in golf in the state of Montana and where the money's at which schools? Rocky won it. Tech in second. Carroll gets absolutely no money and no financial support from its college athletic department. Still finished third on the men's side, 92 over. Providence finished fourth, 98 over. And then, ready for this? The B team from Providence, 238 shots over par. Northern, 239. Big difference in talent there. On the women's side, Clara Wright of Rocky gets the win. She was in second after day one. Shoots a final round 72 to finish 7 over and 2 shots ahead of teammate Valentina Zaletta, who was second and was in the lead going into today. Haley Derrickson of Rocky finished third, so a 1-2-3 finish for the Battling Bears. Tech's Frankie Sertine finishes fourth in a tie with Caroline Hobson of Carroll, each 29 over. Let's see here. Katie Fagg, former state champ, tied for 7th for Carol. Looks like she struggled a little bit. Let's see. Pretty good golfers on that women's side on the Frontier. And don't forget, this is just half the season because they play a couple of times in the spring and or in the fall, and then they play a couple times in the spring, and then it's essentially done. So why is that not working? Is that working still? That's working still. Okay. On the women's side, team totals, Rocky blows away the competition, 68 over as a team. Carroll was 142 as a team, finished second. Tech was third. Providence with not enough on the girls' side, nor MSU Northern. So there's your there is your update on the golf. What is going on here? Let's see. We'll try something different. Okay. If you're having issues on the Facebook, I apologize. I don't think you should be, though. I think it's just this one screen. Okay. We'll work on getting it fixed. What else did we see today that caught our eye in the sports spectrum? Oh, I had a good time today. I want to bring this up. Had a good time today talking with Joel from, I want to make sure I get it right, Midwest Sports Net. The Summit is the name of the show. You can check it out. I shared it on our Twitter page, @JWalkerSports. But had a fun time talking about sports in Montana, Frontier Conference especially. Big fans, both of us, of the NAIA. So we talked Frontier Conference volleyball a little bit, talked Frontier Conference football a little bit. And it was a good show. If you get a chance to check out Joel, Midwest Sports Net, it's @MW Sportsnet on Twitter. But shared it on our @JWalkerSports. So you can definitely check that out. So lots of fun. Fun time. In fact, I just retweeted it again. So he was too nice, though, Joel. He called me the voice of Montana sports, or voice of sports in Montana. People would probably argue with that, though. I didn't tell him to say that. He just said it. So there you go. Let's see. What else did we hit on? Got on this day in history coming up. And what did I see yesterday? Well, it's Bill Murray's birthday today, I think. The actor, comedian. Let's see. What else did we get to? Frontier. Capital Volleyball had a nice win against Butte last night. Charlie Chapman resigned as Manhattan volleyball coach and basketball coach. This happened a couple of days ago. And it was kind of abrupt down in Manhattan. I wonder what's going on in Manhattan. The superintendent of Manhattan, Brian Ayers, said I can't really go into details. It happened, Saturday? Friday or Saturday. And Chapman told the Belgrade News that she's been very supported by school board administration and 98% of the parents, quote, that I've gotten to be a part of and their children's journey in volleyball and basketball. Unfortunately, due to the actions of a small few, we as a family had to do what's best for our children. It's time to acknowledge that it wasn't a healthy situation. It was time to walk away, end quote. She also took her kids out of the school district. And that's a big deal down there in Manhattan. And we've talked about it the last couple of years. Parents, just shut up. Unless you want to coach, then go coach. If you think you can do a better job than coaches, then you go do it. Or even officials, referees at this point. Then go do it. Other than that, just shut up. These are qualified people that know how to coach your kids better than you in 99.9% of all cases. If your kid's playing sports, whether it's high school, college, junior high, middle, whatever age it is, let the coaches coach. And if you don't like the job they're doing, then go coach yourself. Otherwise, shut up. And let the coaches do their jobs. Let the officials do their jobs, and let the coaches do their jobs. There's no reason for parents to be forcing coaches out. This has happened before, and it's not going to be the last time. And it's sad. These coaches volunteer in many cases. They get a stipend, but it's literally nothing. These coaches basically volunteer their entire year to make your child a better person. and a better athlete. Let them do their job. And if you don't like the job they do, you go do it yourself. Plain and simple. It's just like, if you can't handle the job that a health department official's doing, then you go run for a health department official. You go become that person. If you don't like the job that anybody's doing, you go do it. You don't like the job at the drive-thru, you go do it. But these parents need to back the hell off of coaches and officials to bring it back to sports and let them do their jobs. Little rant for the day. I didn't think we were going to get there, but man, guess we did. Nice Twitter back and forth yesterday with Caden Hewitt after we named him our Auto Contest Performance of the Week, along with Kellen McClure of St. Ignatius. But, man, great performance by those two over the weekend. We'll talk to Scott Evans this week about his quarterback, Caden Hewitt. And let's not forget the job that Kellen McClure did at St. Ignatius. 8 touchdowns, 7 passing, 1 rushing. It's pretty awesome. See, those are coaches that are allowed to do their jobs, and kids that are allowed to play for those coaches that are allowed to do their jobs. There is great coaches out there, are great coaches out there. And you need to let them do their jobs. Plain and simple. Speaking of health department, I saw the LA County health officials say the maskless Emmys did not violate the mask mandate because, quote unquote, exceptions were made for Hollywood actors. Where do we get our exception cards for masks? Where do we get those? Guess when you have millions of dollars, that's your exception card, right? Just like the Met Gala last week. I didn't see any masks. But they're bringing back masks to us? Come on. Anyway. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we're going to talk Capital football. Head coach Kyle Mihelish will join us. He is going to wax poetic about his team, the defense, the offensive line, and the great job that they did in their 49-0 win over Big Sky last week, and look ahead to a very tough Glacier game on Friday night on the road in the Flathead Valley. That's all coming up. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle, is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. We've talked about this. When my vehicle was in a wreck a year ago now, last July, got T-boned, took it to Capital Collision Center, and the next day I go in there to start the process. They'd already taken pictures. They'd already contacted both insurance companies. They'd already emailed everybody they needed to. Like, I didn't have to do a thing. And they kept updating me throughout the course of the procedure of getting my truck fixed. And it was great. Here's where your vehicle is. Here's the next step. Here's where it's headed. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's great. Love it. Capital Collision Center cares about you. They are community-based. They love their Helena community. You need to stop in and see them if you've had an accident with your car. If you need anything fixed and touched up, Capital Collision Center on Euclid in Helena. Coming right back with Capital Coach Kyle Mihelish next.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122. Equal housing lender.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark Laro Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklarophotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklarophotography.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
A live look via EarthCam at Big Sky. Looks nice up there again today. A little bit of snow there, but is that a fly that just flew through? I think so. It's a great shot. Thanks to EarthCam. We are partnered up with them. Love it. Still to come on this day in history. Montana Rodeo Roundup, and much more. Tomorrow, Dan McGowan will join us. We'll talk about the DAV golf tournament, but also the Disabled American Vets and the great job that the DAV does and how they need your help. Alex Eshelman will join us tomorrow. That's what she said. Scott Evans, Chris Stutzream on Thursday. Saturday, I'll be up in Havre calling the MSU Northern Rocky game. That'll be fun. Got Rocky playing Northern in volleyball up there that night. You've got rodeo in Havre that night as well. It's a big night in Havre. Big weekend. Havre has it, indeed. Cross country in the Frontier all over the place. At the Montana Open in Missoula this weekend. Volleyball on Friday. Carroll is at Western. Providence is at Tech. And, yeah, it's a busy, busy season. That's what happens, though, in the fall when sports season rolls around. And joining us now to talk about his team off to a 2-0 start in the Western AA. Tough game coming up this week, but a blowout last week. And we talk with Kyle Mihelish now of the Capital Bruins on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach. So how was your weekend? You didn't get out and chance to see Larry the Cable Guy, did you?
No, I did not go see Larry the Cable Guy. I didn't know that he was here until I saw you with a picture. Probably the day of, maybe?
Yeah, we met backstage and hung out a little bit. It was fun.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I'm sure he's pretty good. He's a pretty funny guy.
He is a pretty funny guy. He kind of reminds me of you. If you were to go sleeveless, you'd be Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah. Spitting image.
Kyle the Cable Guy. I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, so you had a nice win Friday night. 6 different players scored, including one on special teams, one on defense. You get a field goal block return for a score, and then a another score on a scoop and pick, and man, just awesome stuff for you guys on Friday night.
Well, it was. I mean, it was a total team effort. I mean, 2 weeks in a row we've come out and played well. This week we need to do that against a quality opponent, but we did spread the wealth a little bit. Talon Marsh, we had a caused fumble, and he was about ready to fall on it, and he saw that nobody was around, so he picked it up and probably rumbled about 50, 60 yards, and then right near the end of the half, we saw they kind of had a little weakness on a wing on their PAT block, and so we kind of went after him, and we put a few guys through the lanes there, and we blocked that, and then Alex Briscoe picked that up and scored right near the end of the half there. So, yeah, those were some big boosts.
Oh, definitely. Go back to the scoop and score, because normally you teach, I'm assuming you teach kids to just fall on it and not try to be a hero, because that's when sometimes bad things really can happen. But a nice job just to look around and realize, hey, I'm all alone. I'm just going to take my time, pick it up, and run it in.
Yeah, it kind of squirted over kind of in a, where there wasn't a lot of traffic, so he was able to pick that up and go. But normally, I mean, we do practice getting on fumbles. Our main goal is always, to obviously gain possession, and we teach them how to fall on fumbles, and we do scoop and score drills. And so it's one of those things we tell the kids, if it's a fumble, obviously you get on it. If you scoop and score, that's great. But if you try and scoop and they get it back, then we have problems.
I love it. It's one or the other. There's never any in between. Talking with Capital football coach Kyle Mihelish. Tell me about Joey Michelotti. He's gotten better as the year's gone on, and you started with two guys, and he seems to be the guy.
Well, Joey's doing a good job. I mean, he does well on our naked boots and our boots and getting out of the pocket. He can run. He had a little bit better night. He had a couple drops that didn't help his average, but the first play we come out and we run a little fly motion post pass, and he's wide open, and the receiver drops it, and so that the receivers kind of got to help him on their end too, those balls, so he gained some confidence. But he's managed the last 2 weeks well. Like I said, we go against a quality opponent on Friday, so his feet are against the fire here this week.
With Glacier, we'll talk about them in a second, but obviously pitching a shutout, and I think this is shutout number 2 for you guys this year. Is that right?
Yeah, shutout number 2, yeah.
Yeah, obviously that's a great thing on the defensive side of the ball, and when the other team doesn't score, it relieves takes the pressure off your offense a little bit. But what has the defense been doing so well this year, aside from that West game, and still you only gave up 28 there?
Yeah, no, we have real good team speed on defense. We have real active kids. We have real coachable kids. The guys take pride in what they're doing. I mean, yeah, you go back to that West game, it's 7-0 at half. Should have been 0-0. I mean, if we, and that was kind of that bend but don't break type thing, because we were on the field a lot as far as the defense. And, it is what it is. I mean, to hold Bozeman to 12 and shut out 2, but it'll be interesting. I think our defense is built well enough to keep us in games. So if we can get some points on the board, the opposition is going to have, I think, some difficulty moving the ball consistently on our defense.
Take me through your offensive line and how well they've grown over the last 4 games too.
Well, the offensive line's been doing great. I mean, Dylan Cunningham, Paul Moosel and Beeler and Marsh. Michelotti, those are kind of the main guys. They've done a great job, and our bread and butter as far as offensively is concerned is the power game. And if we can run power, we're going to keep running power on you, and that's kind of what happened the last 2 weeks. Obviously, a little inside-outside zone and things that we do there, and some fly. Get on the perimeter with Nick Michelotti and Carter and those guys. But the offensive line has done a great job these last couple weeks, and they've been consistent all year. They did well against Bozeman, but we need to see again now in the West. The West is a beast. I mean, you look at what we have left on the schedule, and we got to be playing good football the rest of the way out.
Well, you do have a tough schedule. Some might rank it the hardest schedule left in the Double-A as we talk with Capital football coach Kyle Mihelish on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It starts this week with a very good Glacier team on the road at the Legend Stadium up there in Kalispell. Beautiful place to play. Grady Bennett's going to have his team ready after almost knocking off Sentinel the other night. But this is a good Glacier team, and it starts with Jake Rendina. How do you stop him?
Well, yeah, that's a tall order. But I mean, last year I don't want to reflect on the past, but we held them to 59 last year. I thought our kids did a good job. I see Sentinel held him to 23 carries and like 72, 73 yards. I mean, he's going to get his touches. He's going to touch the ball in between, 20, 30 times. He is a north-south guy, and our goal is going to be to swarm him as best we can. We will, at times, I don't want to say cheat, but we'll maybe have 8 guys in the box. And it's going to be up to, their quarterback and what Coach Bennett's comfortable with as far as getting the ball out on the perimeter and challenging our 2 corners, Briscoe and Green, because they'll be at times one-on-one. I mean, when you stop the best back in the state, you're not going to be necessarily worried about a lot of your pass coverage stuff. There's going to be times where your guys have to step it up, and we're going to commit to the box.
Well, and that's dangerous because their quarterback Slider's pretty good dude, too. He's been slinging it around through 4 games this year, but obviously their bread and butter is their run game. But when you have a guy like Rendina, Slider, or a guy like Slider, though, that can step out of and throw out of the pocket and get you moving, he's dangerous.
Sure, no, he is, and we've talked about that the last couple of days. And obviously versus certain formations, we will be playing more coverage type stuff through tendencies and what we've seen on film. But there are times, like I said, we're going to commit, and the quarterback, our defensive line has to do a good job of keeping them in the pocket and forcing him to be uncomfortable.
That's a good way to put it. As we talk with Capital coach Kyle Mihelish here, Jason Walker Show. What do they offer defensively that you've seen that is going to cause some struggles or you have to overcome?
They're very similar to us. Schematically, they run a very similar scheme. They do. The Rendina guy is playing. He played some safety. He played some linebacker. So they're moving in. They're putting him on both sides of the ball. He's got a tall order, going both ways, trying to run the ball 25, 30 times a game and taking over half the snaps on defense. So he's going to be a busy boy Friday night as well. But they're a physical club. They run to the ball well. They do a lot of line games up front as far as moving the ends and the tackles. And so we got to be on point there when we're running our blocking schemes. If we have movement, we know somebody else is going to show up. We just got to be disciplined, have our eyes up, and we got to be able to get a body on a body and move those inside interior line of scrimmage and get our running backs going.
Kyle Mihelish, our guest here, Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Couple final ones for you, but we do mention 5 games left. I mean, it seems like we just started, and now it's almost over already. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it goes fast. I mean, we were just talking about that. It seemed just like yesterday, we're sitting in the spring, wondering what spring ball is going to look like with COVID and where we're going to camp and how many practices are we going to have at camp. And now we're going into week 5. So it goes fast when you're kind of blind to the world. You just kind of keep going week and week after week and day after day.
It is National Pecan Cookie Day. Are you a pecan cookie fan?
Excuse me? It's National what?
Pecan cookie. Is it pecan or pecan?
Oh, I don't know. I say pecan, I guess. Pecan? Cookie
pecan?
Day?
It's pecan cookie day. Are you a pecan guy?
No. I'm not a pecan guy.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had a pecan pie or a pecan cookie.
I don't think I have either. What kind of cookies are you in favor of?
I think I've said this before. I'm not a big sweets guy.
Right.
But my daughter last weekend, she goes to Montana State. She did bring me home a cookie from Crumble.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
Cookie, and it was a blueberry cheesecake cookie, which was pretty darn good.
Okay. I have not yet been there. I've heard it's good. My wife said it was really good. Your daughter goes to MSU. Don't you have one over at UM too?
Yeah, my second daughter goes to U of M. She's doing cross country and track.
Right. Okay. How do you split your time with the kids? Because you're a Grizz person for the most part.
I am?
Well, kind of. You're rooting for the Grizz this year because you got boys over there.
Sure. Well, I try and keep it a little neutral. My mom and dad went to Montana State. Obviously, my oldest went there. I got a couple buddies that were on staff with B.J. Robertson there, not any longer. But Brian Armstrong was my locker partner in college when we played football together, and so I root for those guys. But then again, Coach Alk and his staff are good guys, and we got Marcus and Buschini over there. So, whoever they play, we are rooting for. Cat Grizz Day, I just kind of remain neutral and want everybody to do well.
Hey, let me ask you this: Troy Anderson, the stud from Dillon, we know how good he is. Is he one of? How happy are you? You never had to coach against him.
Yeah, he's he's an impressive athlete. And from what I know from the guys that coach there, I think he's an even better person. I mean, he's good. I think he's good in all aspects of his life. Sounds like one of those kids that you want to date your daughter. He's good in the classroom, good person, successful on the football field. So he's got nothing but a bright future ahead of him.
How would you?
I'm glad.
How would you have used him?
If we had him?
Yeah, if he was a Capital Bruin.
We would put him wherever we wanted to. He would be a wildcat. He could be a quarterback. He could be, similar to how we used Matt Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Matt played defense. Matt played, he played H. He played Z. He played quarterback. We put him in to run counters. He would have been. We would have thrown him 60-yard bombs. He would have played on defense. He would have, When you don't get kids like that very often.
No.
So when you have them, you have to utilize them and not run them into the ground. But I mean, they have to get their touches.
He's a special animal. There's no question about that. You've got some good ones too. Hey, good luck on Friday night at Glacier, and we'll talk next week.
All right, thanks, Jason. Appreciate it.
That is Capital Coach Kyle Mihelish joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. For all of your home and auto insurance needs, nobody does it better than Mike Miller State Farm in Helena. Former, Anaconda Copperhead Capital, or a Carroll stud as well. I think he has one championship ring, maybe a couple. But those Carroll teams from the early days, man, how good were they? No, seriously, how good were they? Because I didn't see them. No, I'm kidding. Capital at Glacier Friday night. It's going to be a good one. And, man, two power teams. That's going to be a fun one to watch. You can watch it on the NFHS network. We'll talk to Scott Evans, Helen High coach, later this week as well about the Bengals. They host Sentinel, so that'll be a good one. And Bengals already with a conference loss. Don't want another. We're midway through the season. We talked about it with Coach Mihelish. We're midway through the sports season of football, at least for high school. It's crazy. We'll be doing playoffs middle of next month. Playoffs? Yes, playoffs. My wife's a Bruin. She just texted me, and it's funny because she went to Capital, but my son, Bob, went to Helena High, so she had to sit in the Helena High bleachers as a stepmom. And then thanks to Nicole, the assistant tennis coach over at Helena High, I've got a lot of Helena High tennis swag, including, well, you can kind of see it right there, the Helena High, the Bengal shirt right there. And my wife wears Bengals tennis gear, so... Just saying. That's what's great. That's what's great about sports. It brings everybody together, right? Her whole family, all my in-laws are Grizz fans. They've been very quiet the last 4 years. But, me being a Bozeman Hawk, I'll always be a Hawk. Just love high school sports. It brings everybody together like nothing else does. All right, we'll take a break. That was so cheesy. We'll take a break. When does a team score 150-some points and lose? I'll tell you next. We also have our Montana Rodeo Roundup around the corner, brought to you by Mark Laro Photography. This last segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture. 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Right back. Next, Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark Laro Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklarophotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklarophotography.com. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
I have no idea what that music is. It's not bad, though. Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Trying to find something cool on the Earth Cam. We're partners, though. Oh, let's try this. Partnered up with Earth Cam, so we can show this stuff. Still to come, your Montana Rodeo Roundup. We'll get to that. Also, how do you score 153 points and lose? That's coming up in just a couple of seconds as well. But, let's check in. Okay, this is Tortoise Cam in San Antonio, Texas. I don't see any tortoise or tortai. Tortoises? Torti? Wake up, tortoise. Where are they at? Well, that was kind of a letdown. All right. Here we go. We got a condor video we'll show you coming up. How's that? That'll be fun. All right, so when do you score 153 points and lose? When you are playing fantasy football and your opponent has 166 points. I'm now 1-1 because I lost 166 to 153, and it's ridiculous because Derrick Henry decided to have a game. Is this it? Yeah, check this out. So here's my team. Are we both up there or just hit my team? Where are we at? Let's close this a little bit. All right, so he had Kirk Cousins get 33, but look at that. Derrick Henry with 49 points. 49! I dare him to do that again. I mean, he had pretty decent after that. 15 from Gronkowski, 14 from Julio Jones, 19 from Mike Evans. And then I had Patrick Mahomes, who goes off for 34. But look at my running backs. Terrible. 11 points combined. But then I got Cooper Kupp and Tyler Lockett go for 61 combined. My Bucs defense, 19. Mike Williams, 15. My kicker, 12. You know where it killed me? Beside my running backs? Thanks a lot, George Kittle. Where have you showed up? Nowhere. Supposed to be the top tight end. Killing me, Smalls. So I lose 166 to 153. Brutal. But I've scored the two of the three highest totals on the season. My week 1 totals, nobody could touch my points. And then last week, I score 153. I just lose 166 to 153. It's brutal. And Sue being you can't be a Ravens fan if you're a Bobcat fan. It's just impossible. And the two have nothing to do with each other. The Ravens, nobody likes who likes the Ravens besides Sue? Oh, I love you to death, Sue, but come on. It was fun seeing you at the tailgate a couple of weeks ago down in Bozeman, though. Let's see here. What else we got? All right, let's check in on your Montana Pro Rodeo Roundup. It is brought to you by Mark Laro Photography. For all of your photo needs, whether it's senior, engagement, family, maybe all three at once, who knows? Check out marklarophotography.com. You can even get, calendars, you can get canvases, you can get photos. Mark does a great job. And he's had a busy season, and he's got thousands of great new photos. So check it out, marklarophotography.com. All right, down at the New Mexico State Fair in Albuquerque, Clayton Haas, you're all around. Richmond champion from Montana took second on the bareback behind Cole Franks. Franks had an 89. Richie went 88. Let's see here. Steer wrestling. Nobody from Montana. Rowdy Parrott won the average. Team roping. Nobody from Montana. Tate Kirschenschlager and Cole Davison got the win. Saddle Bronc, Damian Brennan got the win. Sage Newman from Melstone went tied for 3rd and 4th. Tie down went to Richard Newton in the average. Barrel racing, Donna K. Rule. Lisa Lockhart, who we still claim is a Montanan, was 11th. And Lisa's starting to move up in the standings. She only has a couple of weeks left, 9 days left in the regular season. She was way back, and she's got to get up into the top 15 or she's going to miss the national finals. Cullen Telfer won the bull riding. That was in Albuquerque. All right, down at over in Dickinson, Tristan Hansen won the bareback. We know him very well. Joe Schmidt, the all-around. Joe Nelson won the tie-down there. Radley Day and Taylor Williams team roping. Sean Bissett, Jake Goddard were second. Jake Kammerer and Sage Newman split the win in Saddle Bronc. So Sage had himself a nice weekend. Joe Schmidt, the tie-down. Barrels, Molly Otto. And I think that's pretty much it. Bull riding, Coleman Ency. Oh, nobody else. Oh, there was only one other bull ride, Dickinson. All right. Othello, Washington. Ty Brewer won there, the bareback, Tony Martinez steers. Dustin Agaskiza, Travis Graves, team roping. Ryder Wright won the saddle bronc. The Wrights had a good weekend. Chase Joyce won tie down. Lisa Lockhart won the barrels out there in Washington. Kai Hamilton, the bulls. And I think that's about it. Okay. Where are we headed next? The Lions Dixie Roundup down in St. George. Morgan Wild won the bareback. Do we have anybody? No Montanans. Blake Knowles the steers. Blake Knowles spends a lot of time in Montana. Jake Orman and Bry Kreitz won the team roping. Anybody close? Stetson Wright wins the saddle bronc. Jesse Wright was 4th. Spencer and Rusty Wright tied for 5th and 6th. The Wrights are good. Tie down, J.C. Malone, Justin Brinkerhoff, split it. Shane Proctor won the bull riding. He rodeoed in Montana at MSU for a split second. But there you go. And that was in St. George. And then finally out at Pendleton, Stetson Wright won the all-around. He had himself a really good weekend. R.C. Landingham won the average on bareback. Steer wrestling went to Tristan Martin. Team roping went to Clay Smith and Jade Corkill. While Ren Richard and Jeremy Bueller won the average. Saddle bronc, Stetson Wright. And Zeke Thurston, who we enjoy a lot. Logan Hay. Rusty Wright, by the way, was 3rd, brother. Tie down. Haven Medjid won the first round in 8-1 and did not win the average. Shane Hanchey got the average win. Barrel racing, Lisa Lockhart won the first round. She finished 5th in the average, which went to Leah Plumer. And bull riding went to Stetson Wright. Parker Bredding was 2nd out in Pendleton. And Jordan Hansen in there. We talked a little bit about the work needed to be done for Ruger Piva, and we'll get to that in a second. Stetson Wright leads the all-around in the PRCA with 9 days left in the regular season. The bareback, Tilden Hooper took over the number 1 spot over the weekend from Tim O'Connell. Caleb Bennett from Montana sitting in 4th. Richmond Champion sitting in 10th. And that is your Montanans on the bareback side of things. Saddle bronc, Stetson Wright number 1. Ryder Wright number 2 now. Ryder was number 1. Stetson was number 2 last week. They flip-flopped. Montanans, Chase Brooks sitting in 5th. And Sage Newman, after his nice weekend, sitting in 10th. There you go. And bull riding, a couple of Montanans are going to be in there. Sage Kimsey continues to lead. Stetson Wright 2nd. Parker Bredding moved up to 8th from 9th. Shane Proctor in there at 10th. And then Ruger Piva was 15th, dropped back to 16th. He is now less than $400 out of 15th. So Ruger's got to have himself a nice final 9 days to get that first NFR qualification, the former Western Cowboy, getting it done in bull riding this year. He's been hitting it hard, and he's very, very close. Steer wrestling, Jacob Talley has the win. Jess Brown, the former Bobcat, number 2. Let's see here. Ty Erickson is now 12th, and that is it. And then for team roping on the heading side, Dustin Agaskiza has the lead. Clay Triana Billing sits in the 6th spot. He is the only one from Montana. And then on the team roping heeling side, Junior Nagetta in the lead. Chase Trine of Helena sits 11th. Looking for another trip back to the NFR in December. Tie down is led by world champ Shane Hanchey. Haven Medjid is sitting in there in the 9 spot, the former world champ from a couple of years ago. And in barrel racing, Haley Kinsel continues to lead by less than 10,000 over Jordan Briggs. And Lisa Lockhart has moved from 20th to 17th. So she's got about 7,000, just under 7,000 to catch that 15 hole. Right now being held by Stephanie Fryer. Jimmy Smith in between at 16th. So if Lisa can have a nice final 9 days, so we're rooting for Lisa Lockhart and Jordan Piva, or Ruger Piva rather, to have a couple of final great 9 days here to get their NFR qualifications for Vegas in December. Gotta love it. Absolutely gotta love it. Let's see here. Final score, soccer. Sentinel boys beat Big Sky 3-0. Okay, there you go. Let's see, what else we got? We see in... Oh, that's in Michigan. It said snow. I was like, wait, what? It's Michigan. Wow. And yeah, we're not going to touch that. Well, maybe not today. All right, let's see here. What else did we want to hit on before we scooted on out of here? Your Montana Rodeo Roundup brought to you by Mark Laro Photography. Check out Mark's work. Seriously, it's so good. MarkLaroPhotography.com, SpiritOfTheBigSkyGallery.com as well. And he is fantastic. Love his work. And we got to get some more pieces up here in the studio or in the man cave for sure. All right, today is Tuesday, September the 21st. On this date, brought to you by Mount Nutrition, 3222 Centennial. Was going to go tomorrow. I'm going to get the wife the Cutthroat boosted tea. That's what she wants to try. The boosted tea called the Cutthroat. And sounds good. It also is going to come with 21 vitamins and minerals, along with a metabolism booster. The energy shakes, unbelievable. Also with 21 vitamins and minerals that you need. Check out Facebook and Instagram to see the daily and weekly specials. Mountain Nutrition between BMC and Auto Concepts in Helena. It is National Pecan Cookie Day. It is New York Day. IT Professionals Day. International Day of Peace, World Alzheimer's Day, and World Gratitude Day. On this date in 1934, St. Louis Cardinals pitching brothers, the Deans, would shut out Brooklyn in a doubleheader. Dizzy, a 13-0 rout, and Paul, a 3-0 no-hitter. 1955, in his final fight, undefeated world heavyweight boxing champ Rocky Marciano knocked out light heavyweight Archie Moore in the 9th round at Yankee Stadium. 1970, Vida Blue of Oakland with a no-hitter of Minnesota. Also on this date, 1970, Monday Night Football, created by Roone Arledge, premieres on ABC. Two teams that you won't see on Monday Night Football right now. The Browns and the Jets played that night. Browns won 31-21. 1985, Michael Spinks beat Larry Holmes in 15 to become the heavyweight boxing champ. The Dream Team was announced for the 92 Olympics on this date in 1991. 1997, Cecil Fielder hit his 300th career home run. It's also his birthday. Cecil was born on this date in 1963. Did he win a World Series with the Braves? I'll have to double check on that. It says he won the World Series with the Braves in 96. I don't remember him being a Brave. Other birthdays today, 1931, Larry Hagman was born. I Dream of Jeannie, also JR on Dallas. He was born in Fort Worth, Texas. Richard Childress, born on this date in 1945, the NASCAR team owner. He's got a huge, huge place south of Livingston, just between Livingston and Gardner. Let's see, who else? Audrey Faith Perry was born on this date in 1967. You might know her better as Faith Hill. 1915, on this date, Cecil Chubb would buy a prehistoric monument in England called Stonehenge for £6,600. Yeah. One death on this date. 1904, Chief Joseph passed away. The U.S. Indian chief of the Nez Perce tribe. You would call him the Nez Perce, but it is the Nez Perce. Chief Joseph, I will fight no more forever. What a great guy he was. All right, on this day in history, brought to you by Mountain Nutrition. Check them out on Facebook, MTN Nutrition. You can also find them on Instagram, MTN Nutrition MT. Abby does a great job every day with your daily update for what's the special for the day. Open 7 to 2, Monday through Friday. Mountain Nutrition. I think tomorrow, in addition to the wife getting the Cutthroat, I'm going to get me... Do I try the brownie batter tomorrow? Maybe. I've had the Reese's and the chocolate peanut butter. And if you're looking for a protein shake to fill you up as a meal replacement, this is it. Mountain Nutrition. If If you're heading from East Helena to work, or vice versa, or just passing through town between 7 and 2 to any time, Monday through Friday, stop by Mountain Nutrition and say hi from the Jason Walker Show. All right, let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
All right, the walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. And you can stop in and get some etouffee. You can get catfish. You can get many, many different options of great Southern food. Jambalaya, red beans and rice, pasta Zydeco. That pasta Zydeco is really good. Shrimp, crawfish, and dewy sausage in a rich Creole sauce served over rotini pasta. Can we get that can we do Cafe Zydeco for dinner tonight, honey? She's just out. Her office is just on the other side of the wall. I think we should get that tonight. I think we should do Cafe Zydeco tonight for dinner. She's not answering me. All right. Well, I'm not surprised that she didn't respond. She never answers me. But get Cafe Zydeco. All right. Let's see here. One thing we wanted to show. Oh, this. So I don't know when this came out, but I don't know how. I've never seen this before. This happened at a hockey game. So the Condor gets dropped.
Welcome back inside Rabo Bank Arena. The Condors and the Wranglers meeting for the seventh time on the season.
That's a live Condor.
We shouldn't be. The Condor is out running around at center ice. I love it. I love it. This is Condors town. The bird's going over to the Condors.
The Birdman was bringing the bird out to put him at the perch. Look at the Condors players are getting away from him. Look at him. There he goes up on the bench. I love it.
So this is a minor league hockey, California Condors.
Oh, my God. This is the greatest.
Oh, my gosh.
The bird's going down.
He's down the tunnel. The bird's done. He's down the tunnel.
He's going to the locker room.
And that didn't exactly go as planned, but it's all good.
Wow. That's pretty cool. So minor league, I think it's the California Condors, and a condor got loose. That's funny. Oh, good stuff there. Minor league hockey, right? Only in minor league hockey. All right, let's see here. We're running out of time. Oh, did you see this? Samuel Adams has a new beer out, but it is illegal in 15 different states. Utopias is the brand. They come out with it every 2 years. And it comes onto shelves October the 11th. It contains 28% alcohol level and costs $240 for a 25-ounce bottle. Yeah. 28% alcohol, $240 from Samuel Adams. It is illegal in Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia. 5 times the amount. 13,000 bottles for $240 a pop. Man. But you can't get it in Montana. You'll have to go to Washington to Washington, to North Dakota to get it, the closest. Hey, thanks to all of our great guests today. Had fun. Well, this is Kyle Mihelish. And, of course, you. Tomorrow, Dan McGowan will join us in studio. Alex Eshelman, that's what she said. It's going to be fun. We'll talk to Scott Evans later this week and Chris Stutstream from Rocky as well. Go to JasonWalkerShow.com if you missed anything. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow, 4 o'clock sharp.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.